take you over to Nancy's? Dad, over to Nancy's.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Welcome back and welcome in, guys. Happy Monday to you today. I hope you guys are having a good day, a good start to your day. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon already where I am, so half my Monday is over. But it's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. Start of our week. It is day 51 since Nancy Guthrie went missing. 51 days. And I got into the press conferences over the weekend and I picked out, certain parts. I dropped the video this morning and I figured it would be a good thing to kind of go over what authorities said and what they did not say. Looks like we have a birthday in the house. Is it Megan May's birthday? Well, happy birthday to you. Everybody.
Happy birthday, baby.
I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, Megan May. 21 again. 21 again. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, NH. Hey, Jen, White Lotus. Good to see you. Shortcake Girl. Good afternoon, Miss Vogue. Hello, Kels. Kels, I hope you have survived the meteors in Houston. Hello, hello. I love seeing all of you guys today. Hello, Penny. Sparky, Kathy C. Hexy. Proud Mimi, Sparky. Staff, contractor number 1 is here. I did see the signs just right before I went live. I have the signs. But before we begin, we got, how many of you are here? I have a surprise. I've waited a long time for this announcement. Some of you may or may not know that back last, was it October? I went to Austin, Texas and filmed for a show, but I couldn't tell everybody what the show was because I've done that before and it got sabotaged. So I learned my lesson and I just have an announcement. It came out yesterday. So I'm going to show you guys the little sneak peek. You can watch it on Oxygen. It's called The Disappearance of Heidi Broussard and Her Baby. But I'm going to give you guys the little sneak peek. Hello, Ryan Thomas. Hello, everyone. I'm going to give you guys the little sneak peek and you can catch it on Oxygen or I'll be watching it on Kick. Hopefully tonight. I got to figure out. But tonight I want to play it on Kick. And then it'll be up for like 7 days. And you guys can watch it. I filmed a show. I met my true crime bestie, Kels. I mean, it was awesome. Okay, so watch. Here's the little preview, okay? Here we go. Oh, come on.
Shane gets back to his apartment about 2:30 after he's done working for the day.
Shane finds the apartment completely empty. No Heidi, no baby.
He initially thought maybe she had just taken the baby and was visiting somebody in the apartment complex.
So he starts looking around and he notices her vehicle in the apartment complex. Ends up going to her vehicle and finding it unlocked. Inside is her purse, her wallet, and a few other items that Heidi would never leave behind.
One thing missing was her cell phone. Shane told us he called Heidi. Gets nothing, but then he realizes, hey, I better get to the elementary school to pick up my son. Shane, he said he goes to the elementary school, he picks up his son, goes back home. Heidi does not show up.
So that's their little...
Club members can get any footlong for just $6.99.
That's their sneak peek from the Oxygen website. It's so exciting, guys. I have this... I'm in the little sneak peek right here. Shane finds the apartment completely empty. No. There I am in all my oldness. Dude, it was so hot. It was so hot. But I'm so blessed to have had the opportunity to do this. Yay! So if you guys want to watch it with me, I'll be on Kick tonight. I don't know what time. Maybe like 7 or 8. But this is all of you guys too. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah. No Heidi. No baby. No Heidi. No baby. So I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it yet. But yeah. It's Oxygen's A Plan to Kill. That's the series. So there's like every Sunday they have a new oh, you saw it, Lover of Pink. Oh. You were there 7 when it all went down. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, I wanted to celebrate with you guys. So if you guys want to come watch it with me tonight, I will play it in Kick. And here's the link. And the link to my Kick is pretty cool, huh? It's exciting. Okay, that should work. They will be putting the full episode on Oxygen True Crime YouTube channel sometime today. I love it for you and us. Me too. It's exciting stuff. Thank you. Hey, Higgsies. Thank you for that, Kels. All right, so I had to share that exciting news because that's good stuff. That's really good stuff. Thank you for following over on Kick. First thing besides that we're going to go over is this was sent to me early this morning. Thank you, Rican. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Crafty. But yeah, I zipped my lips, you know. People on this platform don't like to see you succeed. Okay, so this is from last night. Pima County Sheriff's detectives have responded to the suspicious Nancy Guthrie signs around her neighborhood. As of now, a total of 3 signs have been found on the outskirts of her neighborhood. It appears that we caught the truck leaving these on camera and will be turning the footage over. Thank you, Keys. Unknown if this is a new lead or a random person that's putting weird stuff out. This is Dad's Gone Live from Facebook. So these are the signs that have been left around the neighborhood. Very strange. Very strange. Here's a standalone of this. And they're just at random spots around her neighborhood from what I gather. But the sheriff's department was taking them seriously. Thank you, DeBlanco. So there's that. Let's see. We got more, though. So this one right here is the one I looked up real quick. It says Guthrie and Carol Shimek, Yavapai Sheriff's Department, Rhodes and Lemons State Fire, and Carol. What does that say? Hold on, I thought I had it down. Does that say something Connolly? I don't. Chief Connolly. Chief Connolly? I think it says Chief Connolly. This person has a huge problem with law enforcement. So the first thing I looked up was, and look how they traced it with, they literally use like pencil and then a marker over it. Guthrie and Shimek. Carol Shimek. So if you look up Carol Shimek, there's an article from 3 hours ago. Or I mean, oh, it's gone. Okay, so Carol Shimek stopped the town of Prescott and Chino Valley and Prescott Valley from putting meters on water wells. From putting meters on water wells. Weird, right? Then it says Yavapai Sheriff's Department, Rhodes and Lemons State Fire. So when I looked up Rhodes and Lemons electrical tape, I saw that. State Fire. I get like something in Greece. If you guys find anything else, the Rhodes fire. There were no human casualties in this fire, but it ravaged about 135 hectares of forest and vegetation, burned more than 50,000 olive trees. Where was this at? Greece? Yes, Greece. And this is 2023. The fires burned in 2023 in Greece. That's the Rhodes and Lemons State Fire. And then it is so weird. Okay, and then the final one, Chief Connolly is the Georgia Tech Police Department, is what I'm getting. There definitely is a Mount Lemon right there by their house. There was a huge, Higgsy says, there was a huge wildfire on the island of Rhodes, Greece. My sister escaped it. I know, like, what the hell, right? Okay, so now if we take this one and here's another one. This says basically the same thing, but look, they even put them on like easels. Guthrie and Carol Shemek. Lemons Road, and then it says Yavapai Sheriff's Department, Lemons Roads State Fire, Connolly. Nancy said her Facebook, her Facebook was hacked twice, I guess. No, if you Google Lemons Roads State Fire, that is in Greece. It's very strange, but it sounds very political because when I looked up this Connolly, this Sheriff Lamb thing came up. Now, if you remember that girl we were listening to the other day, we were listening to CN, and that girl was like, oh, that's the guy that's running for Congress. Well, Pinal County Sheriff, which is right north of Nancy Guthrie, Pinal County. Oh, those are the no parking signs. Oh, my God. Wow. Anyways, Mark Lamb is the Pinal County Sheriff. And he has launched his campaign for Arizona's 5th Congressional District for 2026 election. He emphasizes a common sense approach and strong border security policies. He ran for U.S. Senate in 2024, losing the primary to Kerry Lake, having established himself as a constitutional sheriff supporting Donald Trump. There were fires in Italy in 2023. There was a Connolly chief of police, Phoenix, now Flagstaff. Well, it's weird because this Yavapai, whatever, is mentioned in the press conference that we're going to play today. I was like, whoa, that's weird because I never noticed that Nanos said Yavapai County. So let me, Yavapai Sheriff Department. I don't like the reference to fires because we're standing on scorched earth. We're blowing on the embers of hope. All that stuff. Hold on. That's weird. So, all right, let me show you this first. This is Mark Lamb. I feel like this is all political stuff that someone's mad about, but could that be the reason Nancy disappeared? Okay, listen. This is from December of 2025.
Investigators face on the Brown University. Was it a lack of camera coverage in some of the buildings? And also, second question, why was the killer found dead in a storage area? What was he doing there?
Well, I'm not sure about the latter question, but I will tell you, I think this really showed the ineptness of Brown University, not just the administration, their security protocols, which made it much more difficult for the police. They had to then go out and they had to find cell phone pings. They had to use ring cameras from neighborhoods. That's how they had to start working on tracking this guy down. I think a lot of universities, they have a ton of money and they failed to really spend the money in security. Another piece is this guy's in his late 40s and they're allowing him to come in here on a student visa or whatever kind of visa he's in on. I think more than anything, we got to start asking ourselves, what kind of vetting is going into letting these people come in this country?
Okay, so immigration issues. I see a lot of people talking about roads and, hey, thanks, Canes. Hey, not Mike. Signs were on the no parking signs. That's a huge no-no. Who was this Lamb? Who was collecting signatures? This guy? Chief Connolly. David Rhodes is the sheriff of Yavapai County. Huh. So do you think this is some kind of code then? Let's go back. Let's go back. Is this shit written in code? What is this? Yavapai Sheriff's Department, Roads and Lemons. At first I thought Roads and Lemons was like an intersection. You absolutely think it's... Look up Sheriff David Rhodes. Okay. Let's do it. This is too weird. Sheriff David Rhodes. Ooh, excuse me. Scandal. Let's see if he's in any scandals. Ooh. Yavapai County Sheriff David Rhodes. Oh, yikes. He pled guilty to operating a boat while drunk. The sheriff. Oh, that's not good. Oh, and he got off probation early. Look at this. I mean, I just put in scandal and that's what came up. But, wow. What a piece of shit. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. This is... Okay, he's not anymore. It says then Yavapai County Sheriff David Rhodes. Right. This is him right here. Speaking with then Arizona Senator Jeff Flake. This is from 2017. During a tour of an area threatened by a wildfire. Rhodes, who is now, he was just a deputy then. Now he's the sheriff. Pleaded guilty in federal court Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, to operating a boat while under the influence of alcohol at Lake Powell. What a loser. Look at him. Quote, I should have said no, and I didn't. And that's my responsibility, he told a federal magistrate in Flagstaff. Not accepting responsibility was never an option for me. He got a year probation, 2 days home confinement. What a jerk. He got 2 citations, one for operating a boat under the influence and another for operating with a blood alcohol content of at least 0.08. He registered .119 and .113. What a dick. He ran unopposed. See, that's a problem. Said he was drinking with family members at the lake of the Arizona-Utah border. When his friend had trouble docking the boat, he tried to coach him. Then he just took over. He made 3 attempts to dock the boat and damaged two other vessels in the process. The owners of those boats did not seek restitution through the court. I would have. He worked for the sheriff's office for 28 years. Shame, shame, shame. Thank you so much, Cindy Arnold. Happy Monday to you, girl. She said, I'm working, but I am still listening. I'll have to watch on replay. If I get busted, don't get busted. Hugs to you, too. The sign is about whether Guthrie and Schmick case related. Why are all these sheriffs dirty? You know why? Because they're elected officials. They pay their way in. He got off probation early. I think that's all I see on him. Is there anything else that he did? I mean, not that that's not bad enough, but... Seems like a lot of people have a lot of beefs with these sheriffs. I need to... Yes, give me the timestamp. I did see the car. I'm sorry. I didn't show the car. There's the car. You don't have to find the timestamp because here it is. It's in El Camino. Those are pretty rare. He ran on a promise to the voters that he was going to show himself naked. Oh my God, Anders. If I knew that was you, I would have never read that, you ass. Oh my God. You got me. You got me.
Fucking fuzzy slippers and lip gloss.
It's a Chevy. Is it a El Camino? It looks like an El Camino. It's a Chevy truck. It is. I know, right, Sylvia? People have to stop being scared to speak out on these assholes because it sounds like all these sheriffs are corrupt. We had one here in Osceola County, Florida, who was running a multi-million-dollar illegal gambling scheme, and now he's going to go to trial. You think it's a truck, not an El Camino? Chief Connolly and Flagstaff. Grok had something interesting. I posted on my wall. Thank you, Whistledown. So it's like a low rider. This truck was on Mark's Live. I know it was on Dad's Gone Live, too. And I think they wrote the tag down up here. Or on this one. It says plate number CBD 2273. It's an 80s Chevy. Those are pretty rare. Who was driving it? They didn't see the person like driving it. Let's see if we can zoom in. Let's be nosy. Wouldn't that be creepy if the person was wearing one of those masks? You can't see the person. Who would have a truck like that? And it looks low to the ground. Mary Stuckey coming in with some deets. Hold on, Mary Stuckey. She said Lemon and Rhodes are in Prescott area of Yavapai County, neighborhood of Willow Creek. I don't see the blue in the Ford emblem, but I'm going to play around with the filter real quick. This is some weird stuff. This is some really, really weird stuff. And is there more than one person in there? Can we tell? Let's see. I could see James' dad having one of these. Hey, Dad, can I drive right over and ask these?
Don't be nasty sometimes.
Speaking of Chris, we're going to go over the interview room tomorrow from their live last night. I had a request, and I think that'll be a good thing to do. So I've already got the live up for tomorrow. I can't tell. Yeah, more Twilight Zone stuff. Jill Reese says, could this be the white blur on the footage? The tag comes back to a Nissan Pathfinder 2016. Oh, yikes. So it's got the wrong plate? Toyota 4Runner. Someone just said Pathfinder. Yeah, what state plate is it? Is it Arizona? Zona?
Jeepers!
J is for Justice. It's interesting that HR 2273. Oh, we got a cooter chat. Moggy, thank you so much. That was so generous of you. Thank you for your cooter chat. I appreciate that. Something is really odd now, more than before. It is very, very, very odd. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Who was part of a study? Nancy? We are looking at a vehicle that put up these weird signs last night. These are the signs. They were put up over the no parking in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood, if you're just joining. And these are from Dad's Gone Live on Facebook. That's the vehicle, and these are the signs. You're trying to find where it started? The Carol Shemek case. There's a case. Notice all the E's are different. Oh, they sure are. They sure are. Oh, CBD 2273. Kels, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let me look up that case. Carol Shymek case. Oh. She was poisoned and murdered? What? Lisa. Hold on. Is that true? Is that true? Be Real says yes. What? Oh my God, I'm going to throw up. Why can't I find anything? Hold on. I can only find one thing on Facebook. Is that spelled right? Hang on, I'm looking things up right now. Carol June. Okay. We have a grok answer. Someone said these are all local cases tied to local cops or something. Chino Valley. Oh my God. There's nothing because they're accusing authorities. Hold on, let me show you. Carol June Szymek, Polish surname, died January 1st, 2021, age 74, in Chino Valley, Yavapai County, Arizona. She ran a rock/jewelry shop and opposed local watering meters on wells. Some claim poisoning/murder by officials. No official foul play ruling. Obit lists natural passing. CBD 2273 is the license plate on the signs, the truck that placed them. Not cannabis, no marijuana or legalization references anywhere. Signs accuse Yavapai County Roads or Sheriff Rhodes, State Fire, Lemon Roads, Chair Connolly's of ties to both cases. Yes, political and alleging government misconduct or corruption. Unclear if related to Nancy Guthrie abduction. Pima detectives took signs for DNA and evidence, but no confirmed link yet. Could be a crank theory. And then this person says, Rattler Ninja says, yet they claim some connection. Guthrie, Carol, Szymek. This just got weird. I'm not going to lie. This just got weird. Did Annie sell jewelry to this person for her shop? Mm-hmm. Yes, and Nancy saved the poison control center. So they ask Grok, are they political? Who's Carol Szymek? Oof. Weird signs near Nancy Guthrie's home. Last night, signs seemed to have been placed near Nancy's home. Pima County detectives were called to remove the signs. Pima County detectives seem to have taken them serious. They took the signs away for evidence and to collect DNA. All signs seem to have similar writing, names, location, and also a license plate number. Oh, I thought Dad's Gone Live wrote that license plate number. But that's this person. Wrote it after the fact? I thought maybe Dad's Gone Live wrote that. Nobody wrote that but the person. The person wrote it. They were on the outskirts of our neighborhood. Weird. Yeah, they all pretty much say the same thing. There's the picture of the sheriff. And they were literally taped on there with electrical tape. Chelly Gator, scroll back on chat a little. What did I miss? Ah, yeah. What name is that connected to? Stopped from putting water meters. The Gem Show was there when Nancy went missing. Well, I got the feeling, Sylvia says, maybe why the sheriff didn't want the FBI involved, and maybe why the FBI isn't telling the sheriff what they're doing. I got weird vibes when I watched those press conferences again. Like they were looking at him funny. Hey, Island Girl. Did Nancy have a caregiver living in the guest house in 2023, or was that wrong or misinformation? Well, did Annie and Tommaso live in the guest house in between selling their house and moving into the new one? The plate number is hello, Miss Liz. Hold on, I got to get through these photos. Oh, the plate number's not on that one. Okay, so it's CBD 2273. Thanks, Kels. An Iranian female lived in the guest house as a caregiver, and Nancy fired her 3 years ago. Where did you guys hear that? Hey, Cricket Day, me either. Where did you guys hear that? I agree, Deb K. One of the names lived at Nancy's guest house. But that would have been like 3 years ago. Brian Enton? What? River Life? Carol Shymack's relatives think she was poisoned. Rhodes is a sheriff in Yavapai, and Connolly is the chief in Flagstaff. But I'm not sure who Lemon is. Lamone? A male? I'll have a plate, Olivia. I'm starving. Iranian info is false. I never heard that. If you're hearing that from one YouTuber, it's probably not true. Mount Lemon. Ugh. Did anyone watch Brian Enton's interview with that detective? Which one? Oh, yeah. If you're hearing that story from one person, it's not true. That shit would be reported all over the place. Pulled paperwork of what? People make shit up. What would there be paperwork of from a caregiver that someone would be able to pull up? Yeah, that sounds like a bunch of garbage to me. I never heard of that creator, but that sounds like garbage. Sounds like bullshit. Brian Enton is investigating Iranian or Persian. I saw the names that were posted, but what is that? That doesn't even mean anything. Brian Enton didn't share anybody's names.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Brian Enton said they're looking at a Persian. I don't believe that. I don't believe any of that.
Warning, bullshit alert.
The FBI is investigating a lot of things, but I never heard anything about an Iranian. That's weird. Who's the cult leader? I saw the name on Google with name and Nancy's address legit. Okay, like I said, do you think... I feel like someone was using her name. Hi, Blockbuster. I feel like somebody... I said this before. Fatima Remand. Okay, hold on. Whistle down. The names came from a drug or a gun dealer. It's on X, but who got the names from the gun dealer? You know what I mean? All right, hold on, whistle down. I got you. Thank you for the source. Okay, so it says this lady lives in California. Hold on. I'm going to put Arizona. It says California. That's really all I see. Fatima, right here. I don't see anything in Arizona. See that? Bramble Lane. Now I'm doxing some woman. Where'd you guys... Thank you, Leo. I need one too.
Just a shot of tequila and a nice blunt.
Hearing it in chats does not do it for me because I'm not seeing any woman. I put Arizona. There's nothing. There's nothing. I can't get into that hole because there's no proof. Like, I don't even know where people got the names from. Thank you, Wake the Bake. Appreciate your super chat. That helps me out a lot. One of the last names is the same name as Nancy's caretaker. I mean, you got to have proof. Where's the proof of that? I looked at previous addresses. There was no address in AZ. It's all a lie from that streamer. He's trying to deflect because of his DV charges. I don't know if it's a lie or not, but there's no proof of that. The gun dealer said the names were not common names. That doesn't mean they're all Iranian. That's really weird. Hey, no patience. There is a Marlboro Sheriff, Charles Lemon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not down with that. That seems like some kind of political agenda profiling bullshit. I don't believe it. Until someone reputable puts it out like news, I think it's very, very scary to start looking up Iranian people and associating them with a fucking kidnapping. That's fucked up. I won't do that. But I will look up this stuff because these signs are weird. Let's get back down to reality.
Dad, will you take me over to Nancy's? Dad, over to Nancy's. No, I'm just kidding. Dad, can you take me over to the liquor store and then take me to Nancy's?
I'm just not going there. Just because there's a list on X of names of people they were asking about does not A, make it true, and B, it makes it very dangerous to put names out there and connect them to this. I see you, Chi-Town. So let's get back to the signs. So this is very strange, right? Because this Carol Shymek, her family, and maybe this is someone who knows her, is related to her, because it says her family thinks she was poisoned. Yeah, and the only thing I can find is not very much. Just her obit. This is strange. This is really weird. Saw an interview with a local gun owner and the names were all Latino. I don't think he said Latino. I don't think the gun shop owner said any type of name. I think he just said the names weren't like common. It looks like a 2-year-old wrote them. It looks like somebody was mad. And it definitely looks like a guy's writing. Because if you look at it, you got the E like this, and then you look at they used a pencil to try to do and couldn't do it. And then you've got the E like this, different kind of E. And then down here, you've got a little lowercase e, capital, lowercase, and then the weird backwards 3E. Chief Connolly. Yeah, isn't that weird? Yes, we know Let's Kiss and Make Up. Rhodes is the name of the sheriff of Yavapai County. So they're connecting all of this stuff to different law enforcement officers. The chief, Rhodes. Yeah, and who has a problem with authorities? Well, James, but I don't know, man. That truck is what's weird, right? So we have 3 signs that were left. Wait, what's this? Is this their masking tape? I wonder. They used electrical tape up here. So maybe it was just something they had in their truck. Shymek go missing on February 1st. I don't know. I can't find anything about her. Other than she died January 1st, 2021 at age 74. And that's all I can find. And then a comment on a Sheriff Lamb video. But I think it's gone because I can't find it now. And I can only read like part of it. And it says something about the poisoning of her. Hold on. I need to find out who. I think they deleted it. But let me double check. There's only 33 comments, so hold on. I think they deleted it. Dang it. I wanted the name of the person who posted that. Oh, no, here it is. Ben McNeil. Ben McNeil. But it took a tracking device, 20 years of harassment, especially the last 7, the spikes in my yard, the neighbor calling the police saying he has my stolen property, the guy trying to get into my gate with keys that he's stolen out of my house. Little do we know he was friends with the Chino police, who are also involved in the poisoning and murder of Carol Shymek, along with Prescott Valley Police and Fire, in the surrounding areas, along with Yavapai Sheriff's Department and Animal Control. Carol Shymek stopped the towns from putting meters on everybody's water wells, and they poisoned and murdered her for this, and have been harassing her and her family since. I'm not suicidal and I don't want to hurt anybody, but I'm going to spread the news because I want justice. And it needs to be known nationwide what kind of people we have working for our state. I expect more harassment after posting this, so bring it on. We'll start posting pictures of people that are involved. I'll show you pictures of them as they drive by my house all the time. Just try to intimidate me because sometimes you have to play the lamb if you're going to be the wolf. And that's how I caught them. Ben McNeil. And his profile picture is a dog. I did look into the Cal Ripken Jr. one. Crazy. Crazy. Didn't James' mom die in 2021? Oh, I don't know. It's on Facebook. Here, I'll give you the link. So the comment is here. And you have to read all comments. It's a really long one. And then the guy, Ben. This is Ben. This is who wrote it. Island Girl said there's a Mercedes and then an old truck that went past DGL. Ooh, a Mercedes. Where does that? Oh, that one driveway. Mm-hmm. It's long been said that the mafia controls Arizona. The signs were on the outskirt of the neighborhood, the officer said, far away from the cameras. Wow. I'll show you guys the vehicle again. These signs were on the outskirts of the neighborhood, were collected by deputies last night. We don't know if these are clues or it's just some wackadoo. But there they are. So, yeah. They were placed on the outside of the entrance into the neighborhood. I don't know. Is this a deflection? I'd love to know who put those out there. I would love to know who that person is. You know? If I was in that neighborhood, I would not feel comfortable at all. I don't know how those people feel comfortable. Do you? Would you feel comfortable if you were a neighbor and they're all just like, I'm not really scared. I'd be scared to death. Does that bumper look like it's got damage to it on the front left? Like our left? There's a Toyota, possibly 4Runner, that is in the pic of a neighbor. God, there's so many Toyota 4Runners, though. I feel like those signs are giving James vibes. They kind of are a little bit. I think this is just a still from the video. You wouldn't be scared? Impala says wake the bake. The license plate that Jacob got last night, is that the one that's written on the poster? No. So whatever's written on the poster was there. I was mistaken. I thought that Dad's Gone Live wrote it down when he drove by, but he didn't. That person wrote that. Robat says we might not have even heard about the signs if DGL wasn't there. It definitely freaks him out, and it would freak me out too. Nick Stan says, so DGL sees a dude casually walking at 12:30 a.m. He drives back past him and he's hiding behind a bush filming him. Then he disappears. WTF. Really? Was this last night? Do you have a timestamp? I mean, we can't forget there is like someone who did something horrendous out there. Hi, Sophia. Nash.
I didn't come to fucking dance, okay? I came to party.
I feel like it has weird vibes. And yes, I mean, he's weird, so. He saw him coming out from in front of Nancy's too? Wow. They just showed up. 6:09 and 6:11. Thank you. We're going to watch that really quick. Let me find it. I know.
Dad, will you take me over to Nancy's? Dad, over to Nancy's.
Okay. 6 hours or 6 minutes? I'm imagining you're meaning 6 hours. 6 hours, 9 minutes. That neighborhood, I'm telling you, it is some weird stuff. DGL almost did not call this in until we told him about Carol Shymack. Do you love it? Let's kiss and make up. We can go to the liquor store first, too, if you want. If you'd like.
No, I'm just kidding. Good, Dad, can you take me over to the liquor store and then take me to Nancy's?
Stacy Monroe says, Dad says it's a Chevy Impala. See, I'm told it's a white truck. San Reno Hybrid Cartel Target in Foothills by Nancy's. They use social media to stalk their victim. I guess her family thinks she was murdered, but her obit says natural causes. I feel like this is going to be something that goes unsolved. Chevy C10 pickup. Someone said it's like a 80s. Little Miss K. I mean, what the hell? It seems like there's a lot of corruption in this area. He said it was an old school car. Low rider. Yeah, it looks low. I feel that way too, Rican. It sucks. Well, her obituary, according to Grok. I didn't see her actual obituary. Ark says, I wonder if Nancy's death was supposed to look like natural causes, but family believes murdered. But they fucked it up. So natural causes, but family, yes. There's chatter. There's chatter. And it looks more older than an 80s to me, too. I ain't that fucking old. That bitch looks like it's from the 70s, early 70s. Someone who said 80s is probably young and thinks that the 80s is like the olden days. Well, I got news for you, youngins. Our cars didn't look like that in the 80s. We're not that old. Mike, of course. The poison story. It freaks me out, Mike. Your picture freaks me out, Mike. I don't like that mask. Make it something happy. Okay, let's watch DGL from last night, see what happened.
Working for 3.
He gets so scared. It's funny.
I'll be.
I'd be scared too, though. I'm not making fun of him. I'm right there with him.
He was transferred there via helicopter.
Transported to the hospital via helicopter. What?
Mike? You're fine? I'm just messing with you. I'm like, is that the perp?
Whoa.
All right.
Page to level 3.
Where's this
Female
guy?
was standing at the
Okay, look.
There's somebody
edge of
across
the
up the
driveway,
road.
but
Look.
she's since moved
Walking.
on. You can only hear her now. No,
Oh, there's someone walk. But look, there's no signs on these things.
There's somebody
edge
across
of the
up the
driveway,
road.
but
Look.
she's since moved
Walking.
on. You can only hear her now. No current visual. Sector 8 at 1256 at 22.
There's somebody up there. Let's go drive by.
2221.
Where'd they go? Yeah.
That's 842
There's
response
somebody
code
walking down the street.
2218 North Main Avenue, West Speedway Boulevard, 842.
Kind of odd. 11:30 at night, going for a walk.
4621 North Fairview Avenue.
I could see if he was with a dog or something, but yikes.
Brother Victor Marino made a vehicle 1103 thread on a Facebook post, but he is not 1023, unknown his current location.
Ski, Utah.
42, that's affirmative.
Talk 60.
So he's making a U-turn here, and he's going to go back the same way he came.
To Quebec Romeo and Unison radio check. Office attention.
Visual attention.
Sure, here. 10-4, thank you. East 1 radio check.
Well, Central.
See if we can see him now.
Copy 99 en route.
Dude, look, he's like hiding behind the bush, bro.
This
With
was
his
Jalen
headlamp on.
What? What the heck?
Oh, he's recording me. Hi. He's recording me. Hi. He's recording me.
What?
Oh, he's recording me.
This was 99 en route.
Dude.
He already had it
See him
on
now.
too. Well, he knew that Jacob would have to come back, right? Maybe he lives in that house. Cause look, he's already recording him coming. See his little flashlight? Or he's doing it so he can't see his face. One of the two.
Copy 99.
That is some weird stuff right there. You can see him right here. Right there.
En route.
Dude, look, he's like hiding behind the bush, bro.
This was
With his
Jalen
headlamp on.
He's not really hiding though. He's standing in the middle of the driveway. I mean, he's got socks and sandals. I wonder if he lives there.
Oh, he's
I don't know what road this is. I mean, this could be somewhere where they're just tired of them.
recording me.
No, it's not a bite light. He's holding something. Look.
This was
With his
Jalen
headlamp on.
Here, let me blow it up. People are so weird. What time was this at? 11:30 at night? It is really bright. I mean, is it a phone? I mean, it's dark out there. There's no light, so a phone is going to be super, super bright. Nice bird light.
The bush, bro.
Okay, hold on. We're going to slow it down. All right, ready? Can you tell what he's holding? What a freaking weirdo. Is that like a button-up plaid shirt? Who is that? It's just a neighbor? I don't get what he's doing, though. I don't understand. If it's just a neighbor, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to prove here? I guess I'm lost on... Headlamp? Well, let's go back and look at his ass from behind. Who would be walking at that time of night? That's a good question. Hang on, I'm going to turn... We should be coming up on him in a second here. Stacy, I agree, man. Some of them people are weird as hell. Some weird shit in this neighborhood. I think I missed it. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go back again. Oh, it's because I have it on slow speed. Hang on. Okay, that's when he's turning around, correct? Hang on. Waiting for him to say, dude, there's someone walking. I think that person had socks and sandals on.
There's another little cul-de-sac. Only he knows what he's doing. Or he could be a normal guy. I don't know. He could be a bad guy.
Sorry, I keep missing it.
There's another little cul-de-sac. He could be a bad guy. Or he could be a normal guy. I don't know.
I think I passed it.
Only he knows what he's doing.
See, I passed it. What the heck? Where is it? You guys said like 6. What was it? Oh my God. I'm such a loser. Where was the dude? What was the timestamp again? 6:09. Thank you. God, I was way ahead. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Hi, Bobby. He was transferred there via helicopter.
Transported to the hospital via helicopter. What?
For transport. Check.
Whoa.
Page to level 3. Female was standing at the...
Okay, there's the person walking. Okay, look, they had that light on. Look, right here. He's got like a flashlight. See it? So he was walking with that, and then I think he turned it. I think he turns it off. Watch. Off. Why would you do that? Why would you shut it off? Because he's approaching. I know you guys saw it. I'm just playing it again because I didn't see it. I know y'all saw. I know y'all seen this. I just haven't seen it. So we're slowing it down to see what this guy looks like. Hold on. His chat's flipping out. So the dude was walking with the flashlight on, shut it off, and now we can't see him. And he was on the left-hand side of the road. And then he moves over to the other side, maybe because there's a car coming. But clearly it says no outlet. There he is right there. Hold on. We're going to zoomage. Let's do some zoom action. Bear with me. Okay. He doesn't turn around either, does he? Those legs. Kind of looks like an older person to me. Is it 857? Doesn't he have a shirt like that? Now the dude's over here in the grass. He's gotten off the road completely. Maybe he does live there. Think it was just a guy walking. Jolene says just maybe it's just a guy drinking and walking home. Is it Papillon guy? Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you guys. I can't even tell like what color hair he has. Seems like he's hiding to me, though. Like, he does not want to look at him. What's up, Jenny? What's the timestamp for the car? 6 hours, 9 minutes. Oh, the car? I don't know about the car. What is the timestamp for the car? Let's go to the... Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this back down to size here.
Yeah.
Is this before the car drives by or after? Do you guys know? Do you remember? The guy's minding his business. His right leg swings out strangely. We are so sus of everyone. 636 is the car. Thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, so 630. Here's 635.
Okay, we can stop seeing. And then it's still being occurred to record people or by honest record.
That's interesting. She was being a part of a study at Arizona State?
Or C, 284 will be
We'll have to
following.
look that up.
You have a point, Mike.
Right now he's in bed snoozing.
2245.
He's in bed watching Daddy on Live. He's at home watching Daddy on Live.
Go on, scene.
Thank you for the
where he's at.
timestamps.
He's at home watching DGL.
That's affirmative.
He's watching me look for him.
Okay, it should be coming up here. We're almost at 636. Mama Bear. They did call it in last night. They called it all in. They called in those signs. We're all good.
Creepy guy. Is creepy guy out here? Creepy guy. I'm sticking my head out the window. You're hollering at creepy guy. Oh, here's a car. Look, look, look. Here's a car.
Oh.
Old school Chevy.
Yep, it is. It looks blue and white to me. It's got those round headlights too. For those of you that thought you saw round headlights in the footage of the porch guy, were they round headlights like this? Definitely a Chevy tag, I think. They put the signs in evidence bags. Wow. Saf says, Jay, what was interesting is literally Dad had just prayed with all of us that God would help us be able to bring Nancy home. Then, bang. But he doesn't turn the camera towards the person, so we can't see him. Okay, let's go back to real time.
Square body. Ooh, that is actually really old school, dude. Old school Chevy. Square body. Ooh, that is actually really old school, dude. It smells good. That is probably the oldest, like, beat up truck I've ever seen in this neighborhood. It's nice. I like old school square bodies, but I mean, if we're gonna be honest, probably the oldest vehicle I've seen in this neighborhood. Out walk? No. What made him, to me, what made him suspicious was he didn't have a light on when I drove past him. But when I drove back around, he turned around and he shined a light on me and it recorded me. That's what was suspicious. Like, even when I'm live streaming, unless people know that I'm a live streamer, I don't always put a cell phone on their face. I don't always do that. It was just weird that he shined a light at me. That's what I suspect. That's what's suspicious to me.
Long sleeves carrying a black plastic trash bag.
I don't know. You rage bait your chat. It's weird. Oh man, you're trying to rage bait me. That's weird. I think it needed a muffler. Ha! I don't know, because he walked in, he was like standing in someone's driveway. Like he was standing behind a tree in someone's driveway. And he turned on a flashlight and held a phone up. You know what I mean?
Affirmative. Please, by 247 on scene.
What the heck is that?
Oh, Lord.
Whoa, okay. There's a sign right here. It's not picking up on the, right there. See that sign? On the left, that yellow sign?
We see it.
I'm gonna show you guys this. I just took a picture of it with my other phone because my live streaming phone's not really showing it very well.
Sikorsky.
That's weird. The sign just popped up in Nancy's neighborhood. I'm gonna post it on Facebook too, and my X account. I just took this picture with my iPhone. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful. Does anybody know what this means?
No, we don't.
This is in the they put this is on the back of the no parking sign. I don't think it was there earlier
Is that
today.
our truck right there?
What does that say? Guthrie and Shim K. Carol. What is this?
1978. Look at these were set there too. These wood pieces. We haven't even gotten to the press conferences. We're going to get to the press conferences next because it's really weird. These sheriffs are mentioned because you're going to hear freaking Nanos mention these guys. Look at those wood things. Like, what is that? Did they take those as well? I know, I like the truck too. Is that just to weigh them down? Oh. Fire Connolly? I don't know. I can't tell if they're nailed down. It's like weird. It doesn't look like bricks. They're small for bricks. Nice. Okay. Oh my God. You guys.
No, yeah, it was not there earlier.
Listen. New sound bite, but it's not loaded up yet, but listen.
These nuts.
These
nuts.
Why did he say that? Oh, shit.
Don't be nasty sometimes.
Dad, we take you over to Nancy's.
What does that even say? Guthrie and
Dad,
Shimmick?
over to Nancy's.
Yavapai, Sheriff.
It was Chris
Lemons,
McDonough.
Rhodes, State, Far, Canopy? I don't know. What does that mean?
These nuts.
It's weird. It's really weird.
We got a cooter chat.
Here for the long haul. Appreciate you, Jay. Yellow heart emoji. Red heart emoji.
Thank you so much, Nick. That is so nice of you. Thank you for the cooter chat. These nuts. Don't be nasty sometimes. I got a video. Hold on. I have to open up my Discord. I hope I don't freeze up. Cross your fingers and toes that I don't freeze up. It looks like it's from last night. I can't pull up that video. Can you email me that link, Hexy?
I don't need to call it in. I'm sure the sheriff's department will see it.
Don't count on them. I'm glad he called it in.
Native American tribe. Yavapai?
Hey, Sally.
Yeah, Havapai? I don't know how to say that word. Correct me. Maybe somebody wants to correct me on that. Havapai, Yavapai, I don't know. I'm just gonna butcher it. I'm not very good at pronouncing new words to me. I just sent to Alex. He said, "Yeah, that's really strange. I'm actually watching you."
Very strange.
Make sure you guys go follow my boy Criminal Network. He's the one hooking me up with a place to stay while I'm out here. So thank you so much, brother. He said, "Mi casa es tu casa." Literally. Treats me like family, man. I appreciate that, brother. Oh, it's only a U-turn. I don't know why I thought I could get in that street up there. Look, there's a street up there.
71 to 72 Chevy 8-foot boot bed 2-wheel drive. I own 3 of them. It has lowering springs. Almost all of them were 2-ton. Huh. 90s car guy, thank you.
I don't know. I've never seen that. Is it only that sign? Now I'm gonna go look at the back of other signs.
Is this where he finds more?
You know, the proof is in the
bro.
pudding, if you will.
Dude, I wonder if that oh my God, guys.
Thank you for subbing up, Diamond Girl.
That Chevy square body truck that I saw, I wonder if he's the one that put it up. Holy cow. I wonder if that square body Chevy is the one that put it up. You know the one that I said looked kind of beat up, the beat up Chevy? I mean, like I said, I like square bodies. But I wonder if that beat up Chevy square body is the one that put that sign up there. He was coming from that way. And then I go to leave the neighborhood, and there it is. Holy cow. Holy shit.
I don't have the clip.
I just got the goosebumps, bro.
Don't be nasty sometimes.
That's weird, dude. He's probably long gone now.
Hey, Kate Nelson. Hey, Diamond. I'm glad you found us too.
I've never seen a truck like that in the neighborhood. He didn't have no catalytic converter on it either because his truck's
Okay,
stuck.
hold on. John Reed. John Reed, do you want to call in right now? I'll let you call me right now if you want to call in. I'm not trying to ignore you. Do you want to call in right now, John Reed? Let me know. And then we'll do that. And then we'll get into the press conferences.
These nuts.
Hello, Michelle. Yes. Okay, you do. Let me get it pulled up here. Do. Hello, Andy Gray. Good to see you. Let's see what John Reed has to say. I'm going to give you the number in just 2 seconds when I get this pulled up. You'll just call like a phone call. You can block it if you don't want your number seen. Just *67 it. Okay, so give me a call, John Reed, 727-755-6001. This is just for John Reed. We're interrupting this broadcasting for John Reed. 727-755-6001. Yeah, I have a video of them bagging up the signs. It's pretty interesting. They took it serious. And more than one showed up. It's very interesting. (727) There he is. Hello, you are live on air. Is this John?
Hi, I'm obviously not John. I go under an alias for obvious reasons. There's a lot of bad players in this card.
Oh, for God's sakes, I thought you were John. Okay.
No, it's
I
my
was thinking
fiance.
you were going to be, thought you were going to be like James under John. Okay. Go ahead,
no,
honey.
I've been trying to give all my information, and now that I've given things to Pima, I'm like, oh, goodness, I hope nobody tries to find me, because of the extent of this case.
All right, well, what you got?
So I've been watching, I've been listening, I've been researching. I'm in the middle of a physical therapy right now, so I'm currently not working, and I have all the time in the world, and I kind of have that mentality of investigating and inspecting and just dissecting things to figure them out. And I kind of pieced together a lot of stuff. A lot. I got pages. I got screenshots, like 100 screenshots. It's ridiculous. I'm
Like,
sure
what's
everybody's
the
so
gist-
deep into this.
What's the gist of it? Like, who do you think is the mastermind behind this?
So it's crazy because every time I called in a tip, or well, on the online tip thing, I would go to one of the guys' live streams, and it's like that was happening or that was talked about. Like they caught up with. Okay, so in the beginning, we all were focusing on Tommaso and Annie, and then thinking the sheriff. Have you watched Dexter?
I have not. Believe it or not, I have not.
Oh. And I haven't either. My son, he's 18, he started watching it with me, and I'm like, wow, this is everything that I'm piecing together. So there's a mastermind behind this whole thing. There's a reason behind it, or multiple. There are players in the game. I think it's to teach them lessons. I'm not quite sure, but the moment one person in particular walked up to 857 Tucson's live stream, I read him like a book. It was instant. I knew I could read him. Okay, so Brian, Guy, Adam walked up, and he was saying things to 857 Tucson, but it was very sinister, and it was
Who was?
It was weird. Guy Adams. This was on. Oh, I got it all on my phone.
Who's Guy Adams?
He works for the Daily News. He was from London. He came up in a pink button-up shirt. There's more ties into that than just where he works for the Daily News. He's very intelligent.
So is
pretty
he
much
the
a
perp?
psychopath.
Is he the perp?
I believe he is. I believe he is.
You think the guy from the Daily News is the perp?
Brian Guy Adams. I believe that's him because when he was, there's a couple other things that led me to believe that, but when he was reading the comments under Tucson, 857 Tucson's viewers, one viewer says, nice guy. He's all, oh, Mr. Viewer, you are so wrong. And he said something else. He's all, ha ha ha, but it was evil. Like it stroked his ego. And you have to read people in order to understand that type of person. I have a gift and I hate it, but it's also.
When did this happen?
This happened. I could look on my phone right now. Oh, actually, I have it written down. Sorry. I have so much stuff going on that I just wish somebody would freaking contact me. I have a feeling.
Well, did you turn your tips into the tip
Yep,
thing?
to
Okay.
FEMA and FBI. But
Okay, well,
I'm just
I
waiting. know they
hear,
have so
from
much.
other cases and stuff, that if your tip is meaningful, that they'll call you about it.
Yeah. Well, see, it's weird because I've submitted other tips. I've been following this the whole way, and I think I finally found that one thing. But it's tying into so much more, not just this.
Right.
I need to literally sit down with somebody and go over everything with them because it all kind of collaborates together in some sort of way. And I'm just one person.
It sounds like you got
extra
a lot
stuff there.
going on, like, in this case.
I'm shaking because I'm finding out that this person probably lives in the same town as me, and I never expected that. I've cried for this. I'm like fearing for my life. I'm like,
no.
Everyone's like, it's gonna be okay, and I'm just like, I have a grandfather.
Will you
I have a
do me a
grandfather
favor?
that's 96 years old, and
I get it.
just like, this has touched my heart. so
Girl,
deep.
I understand. I totally understand. This has gotten to you. This has gotten to you. Just take a deep breath, okay? I know these cases are heavy and it can get hard and things can really start to look weird. And I've been there. I was
And
there.
the thing that's so hard about it is throwing myself in public because it's like, this is such a scary situation for anybody to. I understand where Savannah's coming from right now. She's probably scared too. They could come after her next. There's a lot to it.
But you know what? You got to realize that their burden is not yours to carry.
I know, and
please.
I prayed
No,
right.
because I
when found out
hear in your
everything.
voice how upset you are. Like this is real to you, and it's not
Well,
your
you
burden
know,
to carry.
There's a bigger power than this man, and that is God. And he cannot touch me because God's got me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's coming after you. If
I
it's
know,
any
but this is more than
consolation,
just one person.
I understand that, and it looks like a big thing to you because this is all the unknown, right?
Yeah.
But honey, I want you to have some peace about this because.
But then I question if there's a lesson behind this, and like, if Nancy's still alive because of the extent of things that I found out. Like, there's pharmacists that are involved. There's very intelligent people, and it's tied into something else, not just this Nancy thing.
I understand. You know what? If you could, if you want to email me, let's talk through email.
Okay.
You want to do
and
that?
I don't even mind talking anymore. It's like, I just wish somebody would listen.
I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you.
I've messaged Megyn Kelly. I've messaged so many people. I just don't
understand. I understand.
Right when it clicked in my head, I'm like, wow, this is it.
Yeah, I got into like this similar type of psyche during a missing little girl's case. It really got to me. And
I was following the Lily and Jack and Lily Sullivan case before this, and I've never gotten to where I've gotten into a case. I just listen.
It sounds like maybe because your grandfather, his age.
I think that's what really got me.
It triggered you, yeah.
Case. Yep. And
you know what I would do? Does he live near you?
He's gonna die in his home.
Does he live near
you? He lives in California. No, he's about 16 hours away.
Maybe give him a call.
I really wish I could go get to him. Oh, I talk to him all the time. He's the reason.
That's why it's gotten to you. And you know what? These cases are real, man. These are real people. And it's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But I just want you to take a deep breath. Because sometimes
I'm okay. It hit a nerve, and
I understand.
I've been through a lot, and I think that's where I could kind of read the person. That's why I think he's on another mind wave than anybody could ever expect.
I think just some people come across like I find myself like, oh my God, is that the perp? Is that the perp? And I started to
I'm gonna send you the time marker and the time that he was on the YouTube video from 857 Tucson, so you can watch it yourself. Maybe
I'll watch it and then
study his words and study his.
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure.
Then you could read the way he acted.
Yeah, someone actually just super chatted it.
And then you can learn about him. There's a lot of different connections tied into this man. So
okay, well, I'll watch.
I think he's got pharmaceutical background, so that's where I hope Nancy's okay.
Me too. And I know you want nothing but the best outcome. And
I know, and
it's really hard.
Either way, she deserves to be back.
She does.
Okay.
You have a very kind heart.
I'm send that to you.
You have a very kind heart.
I don't know if it's a gift. I feel through other people. I really do. I'm like one of the least selfish people you'll ever meet.
I understand.
I always feel for other people. I feel through other people. I try to walk in their footsteps, and put myself in their place.
Sometimes it can get overwhelming doing that.
It
sometimes
does.
Just maybe take sometimes I got to take a step back and be like, whew, I just got to go like pull weeds or something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But do something that makes you happy, okay?
Friend that I have.
Yeah.
Yesterday I talked to a good family friend that we have, and he reassured me, that everything's gonna be okay, and that there's a lot going on in the world right now on her phone.
There sure is.
It's gonna be okay.
It is. Yeah. One day at a time, and sometimes just take a step away and try to forget that stuff. But there's a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot in the background.
Yes.
I get it. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
John.
And thank you for allowing me to call you. I've been trying to reach out to somebody for so long.
I don't know. I just saw you and I was like, you know what? Let's have her call right now. It was just like meant to be.
I had to get over the fear of getting in public and saying something, because that was like, if they find out, then they could start hiding shit.
We're not
or they
mean.
Could start running, or they can, So that's where it's like they need to get on these clues. If it is, I don't know if I need to start digging more. I don't know if, we'll ever be on the right path. Like, it's hard when we don't know, but then we think we know.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's crazy.
And then we can kind of convince ourselves that we know.
Okay, well, at least we're on the right direction if we get some kind of clue,
Yeah. Well, go ahead and send me the video. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
And I'll email you back, okay?
Sounds goody.
All right. And
all right, thank you.
Make sure to call your grandpa today.
I will.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
All
He's
right.
special.
I'm sure he
All
is.
right, take care.
All right, you too.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. This shit gets heavy, you guys. It's not anything to fucking joke about. It gets heavy. People sometimes feel what other people feel. You have to be kind to people. And I think she's a total sweetheart. So I look forward to talking to you in email. It is a lot. Sometimes breaks are needed. And I don't have a grandpa to call, so for all of you that have grandparents like Nancy or parents, call them. I can't. Yeah, we're not going to solve the case. I think that we have to get some patience. We have to accept sometimes that the unknown is not always the snowball of this and this and this. And I'm not trying to, down her theory. I don't even know what her theory is yet, but she's an empath. Yeah. And thank you, Bloom, for your super chat. Idaho 4 got to me. I had to step away. Yes. And sometimes it's hard to detach, and she said she's at home recovering from a surgery or something, and you get a lot of time on your hands. Your schedule changes and you start consuming this stuff all day, all night. It takes over. Trust me. And I'm not lying. I've been there. So, all right. Should we get into our show now? And thank you so much for calling in, John Reed. Oh, crimes. Me too. It was Summer's case. Crimes, your picture is so pretty. Look how beautiful Crimes is. I could hear it in her voice too. She's scared. It scared her. I agree, Felicia. It's good to see you. I had to detach from my friend's case for a while. Oh, yeah. That can really get to you. 4545 theory. Somebody needs to check woods behind Oak Haven Pet Crematorium. Why there? Where'd you get that from, Triple? June, that is really good advice. Gannon and Summer, yeah. The kid ones are bad. Harmony, Montgomery, all those. I can't do it. You don't have to thank me for being kind. I think everybody should just find a little kindness. I mean, how would anybody else react to someone wanting to talk? You just listen. I love you guys, though. Thank you. Have you guys hit the like button? Because we're about to get into our show. Our planned show, that is. Thank you, Sikorsky. Love what you do from Orlando. Orlando and her. Thank you so much. Saf, love your compassion. We all need to take a break at times. She was brave to call. Amen. I give her applause. Sometimes when I saw her say, like, I just need someone, I just want to talk to someone. Like, I've never had anybody really say, I just need to talk to somebody. Oh, Kaylee Anthony was hard. Donna Seraphine. Oh, my God. That woman. If you watch this entire video, there's only a couple of other people in that area of the signs. Play the video of them. Did you email it, Hexy? Aw, Nana of 2. I'm with you. I don't have parents anymore either. Sucks. But I have some surrogates. Flobo being one of them. I haven't seen Flo today. Where's Flo? She did send it. Thank you, Hexy. Oh, Maddie Soto. Can't do that either. I did cover it, but yeah, it's rough AF. Thank you, Hex. Oh, thank you, Olivia B. Good to see you, girl. She says, Jay, I love you, girl. Look how pretty Olivia B is. You guys are such pretty pictures. You're all gorgeous. All right, this is the video you guys wanted to see.
One of the signs that just popped up in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood, they took them in for evidence. There's multiple names on these signs along with the license plate number, and one of the names on the signs is actually from a lady that was murdered not too long ago in the general area. Once again, this is Pima County Sheriff Detectives in Tucson, Arizona, in the Catalina foothills, which is Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. Pima County Detectives just took down one of the signs that just popped up in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. They took them in.
They got blue gloves. I never seen a cop wear shoes like that. Like dress shoes. I don't think it's official that lady was murdered. I don't think that's true. There's chatter on the internet that she was poisoned because she didn't want water meters on the thing. So... Oh, Diamond Gal. I don't like that her dog died in December. I think someone poisoned it. And my theory, I think somebody close to her was poisoning her, trying to slowly poison her. I think this was supposed to be natural. And I think something got fucked up. Don't they have bigger bag? Right. Well, remember the one? She took that plastic bag, shit fell out. This must be the detective right here. Cuz he's got the dress shoes. Yeah, I think it was supposed to look natural and something went wrong. Oh, they're cowboy boots. He has no heel. They're collecting these signs. Remember the neighbor said she started not coming out as much? Susan, thank you for becoming a member today. Welcome to the Truth Seekers. The one on the right is the supervisor. These are the signs I'll show you guys really quick before we move on. Boom, right here. They say weird things about other sheriff and chiefs of police. Sophia, thank you for gifting a membership. Jennifer L., welcome in. Thank you so much. I think her dog was poisoned as well. I'm not buying it. There's so much we don't know. This is the sign. They were put over the no parking signs with like electrical tape. And there was a few of them. And this is the car, or the truck rather, the Chevy. There was probably a lot of good times had in the cab of that Chevy. But what did she know too much about? I think she knew too much about what someone was doing wrong to her. I have a feeling there were accounts made in Nancy's name. I have a feeling there were loans taken out in Nancy's name. Hell, I think someone could have actually stole Nancy's identity for money, and she caught wind of it. So she had to go. The ransom, bullshit. It's just bullshit. Medicaid? She wasn't. She had too many assets for Medicaid. I think she was about to bust someone, because then we take in the Department of Adult Protective Services. Was she on someone's tail? Nancy kept a journal. Did they find her journal? Her journal would be so important. And then in the latest statement from the family, they said check your journals. I think this is a good time to go into our presentation of the press conferences that I put together. Let's start there. This is a good segue. So this is from the first week. We had I think we had a press conference the first night, the nighttime one. Then we had at least 2 more. Let me get the timeline, my thing pulled up, because I'll be able to tell you the dates. Thank you for subbing up, Sharon. Oh, and Pruda. And Melissa. Oh, and Frida. Pruda. Thank you. I have a sister-in-law named Prudence. We call her Prudy. Do you go by Prudy, Pruda? I love that. Okay, let's see. We had pressers. The APS card was on the door on February the 2nd, which was Monday. That could have been a follow-up day. She may have known they were coming. She may have known they were coming Monday. I think so too, Sikorsky. APS card was on the door on the 2nd. That was the first ransom demand, but we didn't know about it yet. The 3rd, they were at Annie's home. That was when Ashley Banfield said, Tommaso. On the 4th, let's see. I don't think I have the press conferences on here. What a dum-dum. I don't. I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on. I don't. Anyways, I know it was the 3rd and the 6th. 2nd, 3rd, and 6th. The first press conference was obviously at night. The second conference was, I think, Monday. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We had 3 in that week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I believe. The first one, there was no FBI. The next 2, the 2 FBI guys were there. No petty piece. I think APS was supposed to come on the 2nd, which was Monday. That was the day that the card was left. So maybe it was a planned visit from the APS advanced investigator. We don't know when they were originally called, but for them, thank you, John Reed. But for them to send an advanced investigator, there already had to be something established. Because I looked at they have like a graph on their website, and I can go find it, but it would take me a minute. But there's a graph on when the call comes into APS, right? They get the call, then it goes to, this person. They gather the information, and then as soon as it gets to a certain degree where they have something solid that they could work with, they involve the DA and they involve an advanced investigator. So I don't feel like that card was for any other reason other than something that was already in the works. It just doesn't make any sense otherwise. You know what I mean? Yeah, the card was seen on February 2nd, and I do have the pressers. I found the right one. First Sheriff Presser, February the 1st. That was done outside somewhere. The APS card was found on or seen on February 2nd. And then Nanos did his presser alone with his homicide investigator. On February 3rd, which was Tuesday, Nanos and the FBI did their presser. And then on the 6th, they did another presser jointly with the FBI. So let's get into the press conferences. I'm going to put the captions on. Here we go.
But at the start of this thing, we weren't sure what we had. And as the day progressed, we realized that there could be more to this. And we started in that. Remember, it was a search and rescue mission the first few hours.
Boom, right there. I already got to stop. It was a search and rescue mission the first few hours. Shit. Right. The first few hours? So, but he proceeds to tell us that they were out all night searching. I don't know what to believe with this clown. But the first few hours, he says. Sharon Racine, I'm with you. I'm with you.
In that, remember, it was a search and rescue mission the first few hours. And we transitioned that over to a criminal investigation. With that, brought in our partners from the FBI.
Okay, so that brings me to my question. I always wondered what they did that day. Okay, so we have the first few hours. We're looking. At what point, when they decide that it's a criminal investigation, he just said they switched over to a criminal investigation, did they then in turn ask Annie and Tommaso to come down to the sheriff's department? You know? What happened that day? I mean, I would hope they were down at the sheriff's department talking to detectives that whole day.
Over to a criminal investigation. With that, brought in our partners from the FBI. So we do know what medications, and we have contacted pharmacies.
Okay. We do know what medications, and we've contacted pharmacies, right? So we're assuming they're contacting pharmacies to make sure that she didn't pick up a prescription or whatnot. It does not say, oh, yeah, her medications were there at the house. No, her medications were not at the house. We contacted pharmacies. Okay. Exactly, Olivia. Then, listen what he says after that.
We do know what medications, and we have contacted pharmacies. Probably need to go back to just make sure that they didn't. Maybe we contacted.
I don't think they contacted pharmacies. I think he's lying because he says we contacted pharmacies. Maybe we need to go back and make sure that they didn't. Maybe. Then he goes into talking about contacting hospitals. This is effed up.
We need to go back to just make sure that they didn't. Maybe we contacted them early on. I know that night, Sunday night.
Maybe we contacted them early on. Look at these FBI guys. They're like, you didn't do shit. Why?
Yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning. I know early
Saturday
on. I know that night, Sunday night. Yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Saturday night, Sunday morning, huh? He says Saturday night twice. Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Contacted him early on. I know that night, Sunday night. Yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning. I know we were doing all the hospital checks, and that check was continuous every hour, going back out and physically in person deputies were going to each local area hospital and asking them to check their logs.
Every hour, a deputy was going in person to the hospital and asking them to check their logs. Saturday? We got Saturday on the evidence portal. We got Saturday said twice in here. I'm thinking he either is screwing up because he knows that something happened Saturday night. And that's kind of my theory. What happened between 9:45 and 1:30 a.m.? That's what I want to know.
Each local area hospital and asking them to check their logs. I can't talk about the crime scene, so I'll give you another shot, another question.
Look at him. This is Brian Etten, and I thought this was really interesting because we all have kind of thought that Brian Etten is getting the scoop, and I'm sure his source is someone in the FBI, I would imagine. And the question is, would you say, like, who's in charge here? He's like, Enton's trying to put him and make him say, you know, the FBI's in charge, or no, we're in charge. He's kind of putting him on the spot. Watch this.
The other question is, I heard the agents say that it was a joint investigation now. At the other press conference, the FBI said they were assisting. Is it joint now? You know, are both agencies in charge now?
Look, there's no ego here. We in this part of the country, we'll take anybody's help.
There's no ego here. Look at he's. There's no ego here, dude. You are a walking, talking ego. Is he not? Walking, talking ego. Look at him. Don't play poker with that guy. Don't play poker with him.
Are both agencies in charge now?
Look, there's no ego here. We in this part of the country, we'll take anybody's help. It's not about who's in charge. From day one, when we contacted the FBI, they were that gracious to say, whatever you need, whatever.
Okay, so keep this in mind, okay? When we contacted the FBI, now listen.
Whatever you need. And so that's really it. And they're great partners, just as my other local law enforcement brethren there. I didn't even have to ask. That's what's really amazing. I haven't had to call anybody.
You called him, but you didn't. So I guess it's probably true, the rumor we heard, that the FBI basically had to force their way into this. I didn't even have to call. I called them, but then I didn't even have to call them. They called me. Dude is useless. He's useless, and they know it.
They've called me. Sheriff, you know, I know that we get information that will come, and this is just any crime scene that we look at. We may go out to a crime scene and think we got it all, go analyze the evidence, and something comes back and says, hey, did you check this? We're not going to just say, oops, and not go. Absolutely. We're not going to just say, oops, and not go. Absolutely. In this instance, it really was the FBI just wanted to go, hey, can we take a look at it?
That's what it was. The FBI just said, hey, can we take a look at that crime scene for you?
About that being contaminated at all because there was people in that?
You know, I'll let the courts worry about that. We will certainly be open to the courts of anything that's been removed from that house, and we follow the rules of laws. We get court orders.
This guy's, look at his side eye. Dude, he seems nervous, but I think he's just a dick. I think he's done so much shit wrong, and he's probably perpetually afraid of what's going to come out about him. The side eye is perfect.
And go back, and we follow the rules of laws. We get court orders and go back and reapply for another.
Oh, we get court orders and we go and reapply for another. So we have some more leakage. So it sounds to me like we were told the search at Annie's was consensual. I mean, I know they got court orders for Luke and Carlos, but that hadn't happened yet. You know what had happened? Nancy and Annie's car were taken. Pictures were taken inside Annie's house. That's what happened at this juncture. So he's talking about getting warrants and then reapplying for warrants. Listen.
Rules of laws, we get court orders and go back and reapply for another warrant if need be. All of those things we're very careful.
Person to actually see Nancy and drive her home. We know she took an Uber to Annie's house, but can you confirm whether it was Annie or her son-in-law Tommaso who took her home that night?
I think the timeline that the sheriff provided was a family member, but
just family. We're going to go with family. Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was a
what?
She did not leave on her own.
Okay. I almost think he was going to say a struggle or something like that. Hello, can you please read the message you read earlier about or from Ben McNeil? Someone just posted an X connection jewelry to Annie Guthrie. Shit. I don't think I have it pulled up any longer. Thank you for your super chat. Let me get that pinned so I don't forget. I'd love to know what their alibis are, Ostrich. I would love to know. Well, we were told that the searches at Annie's were all consensual, were we not?
We know that.
Yeah, this presser would have been on February 2nd. If there's no FBI there, this is February 2nd. Because the FBI is in the 2 after this. Thank you, Albatross. That's really nice of you to say. Thank you for being here.
We've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They're going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit. All of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the sheriff's department.
He said there were 100 cars out there. I didn't see any footage of any cars, so I don't know.
All work in this case.
And that's pretty funny. There was 100 cars from the sheriff's department when they figured out in a measly few hours that it was a criminal investigation? Huh. In the interview yesterday, they said Kathy Lee Griffin was told by Savannah not to speak publicly about Nancy. Weird.
You know, I wish I could. I really do. I know that everybody wants to know certain things, but I can't do that it would be inappropriate at this time.
Are there any signs of breaking and entering or any forced entry, anything like that?
I again don't want to get into that. David, can you see anything here? Do you?
Can you see anything here?
At this time, it's still a very active investigation. There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature, I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that now.
Do they have cameras at the home?
They do, and we're looking through some of that. Yeah.
With this being an active crime scene, is there any threat to the general public?
Trying to figure out my phone. Well, you know, no, I don't think there's an active threat, but I hate to say that because, you know, we're going to canvass that neighborhood, and maybe there's a prowler been seen around.
He's so annoying.
There's a lot of work still to do. We don't have any indication that that the public is in danger. We have shut down our search and rescue mission.
So here we have, again, another confirmation that they're no longer searching on the ground. This is February 2nd. This is the day after Nancy went missing. He told us earlier that within a few hours, this was switched from a search and rescue to a criminal investigation. He's confirming this on Monday. We've shut down our search and rescue mission.
And we've sent them home to rest.
Rest?
They were out all night. Look, we put all our air assets into this. Our drone systems are.
He's already giving up on a ground search in one day. Circumstances at the scene. Yeah.
Our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've had, we've thrown at this. They're going to step aside. We'll call them out again if we need to do more searching. But right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
What the FBI is doing, we are providing the following support.
Okay, hold on. Before we get to that, we don't see this as a search mission.
We do a crime scene.
As much as we do a crime scene. Does that make any sense? You still have to find her. You still have to find her.
What the FBI is doing, we are providing the following support. Primarily, it's analytical and technical support in the following ways. We're downloading and analyzing cell phones, obtaining cell tower information, conducting interviews, and providing any and all investigative support that the Sheriff's Department needs.
Okay. So mainly they're working on cell phone data and stuff. And he's going to mention, the sheriff mentions ICAC.
We're looking at this from every angle, but we need your help.
Flip the page.
If you live in the area or saw something on Saturday night, the 31st of January.
Saturday night. Where was she Saturday night? Well, most of the night until 9:30, 9:45, she was at Annie and Tommaso's. So what are they looking for Saturday night?
Or Sunday morning, the 1st of February. Please report it to the Pima County Sheriff's Department or the FBI.
Well, we have crime in Tucson all the time, right? Like any city. And so when you say a threat to the public, is there somebody out there who's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night every night?
Really? Is there someone out there that's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night? No. You look like the perp. You look like you're strung out. Look at his eyes. Ugh. God.
Is there somebody out there who's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night every night? We've not heard that. We don't believe that's the case. We do believe that Nancy was taken from her home against her will, and that's where we're at.
Entry, any valuables taken, any bank or ATM cards used after her disappearance?
We're not getting into that. What I'd tell you is, like any crime scene, we processed this crime scene. We gathered all the evidence we could to include looking for what?
To include looking for what? Okay, wait, hold on.
We've not heard that. We don't believe that's the case. We do believe that Nancy was taken from her home against her will, and that's where we're at.
Entry, any valuables taken?
Any valuables taken?
Any bank or ATM cards used?
Any bank or ATM cards used since her disappearance? Listen to his response. If there was no activity on her bank cards or anything like that, wouldn't he just say no?
Used after her disappearance.
We're not getting into that. What I'd tell you is, like,
we're not getting into that. Why aren't we getting into that? Why aren't we getting into that?
Cards used after her disappearance.
We're not getting into that. What I'd tell you is, like any crime scene, we process this crime scene.
What? Wouldn't you just say, no, nothing was taken? Or are they trying to go along with the burglary gone wrong theory?
We gathered all the evidence we could, to include looking for what? Fingerprints, DNA, camera images, everything you can imagine. And we gathered that out. Those things have been submitted forward to labs, to technological companies to help us. And we're like you. We're waiting for those returns to come back.
Did you find?
Is there any way to narrow down what time you might be helpful? I know there was a report about a pacemaker dinging like around 2 o'clock in the morning. Is there any way to indicate to people, hey, look around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. to help them identify what might happen?
You know, I really don't want to get into narrowing down the time.
Okay, this is where my theory comes in, where I think that something could have happened to her on Saturday night. He keeps messing up and saying Saturday night. And no, I don't think it's because he was there. Unless he's the perp. I think he's screwing up because I think they've been talking about Saturday night, but the family's telling them Sunday. So he's screwing up. He's leaking, in my opinion. That's what I think. And he doesn't want to get down to narrowing down the timeline because he wants whoever did this, in my opinion, he wants whoever did this to believe that they think it happened later. You know what I'm saying? Because my theory is I think the masked man came after whatever happened to Nancy. I don't think she saw that masked man. But he keeps talking about, no, I don't want to shrink down the timeline. No, I don't want to do that. He doesn't want people just looking at 1 or 2 in the morning. There's a reason for that. Was she even driven home at that time? You know?
Because narrowing it down means we could miss some tips and leads. We're working with the data we've submitted for investigative analysis. We're working to see if that time can be tightened up. But for now, we're going with what we told you earlier. She was dropped off at 9:30, and she was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
She was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
I made a decision to contact our PCRIT team, and those of you not local, that's our PMO.
Okay, listen to this. This is where these signs are interesting. Listen.
Regional Critical Incident Team. It's made up of law enforcement officers from this entire valley. Pasquayaki Police Department, Tucson Police Department, Marana Police Department, Oro Valley Police Department, Pima College Police Department. This is Tucson International Police Department.
Huh? He's involved all of these agencies for what? Are they spreading the word? Are they searching? What are all these agencies doing? The Pima College? What? Meanwhile, you have 2 FBI agents behind you that you didn't want to include. Why are you including all of these agencies, and then the FBI is an afterthought? Listen.
Sarita Police Department, there's so many of them, and they are going to help us tremendously. And that's really done because we have so much in front of us still, and we're hoping that, I know the FBI has committed a very large number of men and women to partner with us, work side by side with us. We go do an interview, they're going to be there with us. We're going to go look at some evidence or process evidence, they're going to be right there with us. We're sharing every...
Sounds to me like they're watching you and these other sheriffs. Could there be like an investigation into corruption? Maybe.
Piece of information, all the data we can to get this thing solved. It's important that my partners in law enforcement know and understand their roles, because it is very large complex investigation with a lot of moving parts.
It's a large, complex investigation with a lot of moving parts. How large and complex is it? Listen to all those agencies. Some of them were on that sign. Listen, I made a decision. This is
At about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
okay. So this is going to be probably Thursday, the week she went missing.
I made a decision to contact our PCRIT team, and those of you not local, that's our Pima Regional Critical Incident Team. It's made up of law enforcement officers from this entire valley. Pasquayaki Police Department, Tucson Police Department, Marana Police Department, Oro Valley Police Department, Pima College Police Department, this is Tucson International Police Department, Sarita Police Department. There's so many of them, and they are going to help us tremendously. And that
You know what's really sus too, and I don't think I clipped this, but he was asked if he's working with Mexican authorities as well. And he said he's not. And we heard that he's never made any arrests as far as Border Patrol and all that. The PCRIT team. He said he made a decision at 11 a.m. Sunday morning. He did.
At 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
No, that's the end of that clip. She was found to be missing.
She was dropped off at 9:30, and she was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
Okay, so then it goes to the next clip.
Made a decision to contact our PCRIT team, and those of you not local, that's our Pima Regional Critical Incident Team. It's made up of law enforcement officers from this entire valley. Pasquayaki Police Department, Tucson Police Department, Marana Police Department, Oro Valley Police Department, Pima College Police Department, this is Tucson International Police Department, Sarita Police Department. There's so many of them, and they are going to help us tremendously. And that's really done because we have so much in front of us still, and we're
I hope
hoping
they see the corruption and are investigating him. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, White Lotus, for the cooter chat. She said, Jay, I hope they are investigating him. Thank you for what you do. Thank you so much for the cooter chat. You too can send me a cooter chat. The link is pinned at the top of the chat.
that, I know the FBI has committed a very large number of men and women to partner with us, work side by side with us. We go do an interview, they're going to be there with us. We're going to go look at some evidence or process evidence, they're going to be right there with us. We're sharing every piece of information, all the data we can to get this thing solved. It's important that my partners in law enforcement know and understand their roles, because it is very large, complex investigation with a lot of moving parts, right? We're waiting for analysis, we're waiting for lab reports. But even then, when they come back quickly, for example, some DNA, we rushed what we thought was the best target for DNA. We did a rush through and got some of that back. The results were minimal. I think you all know of the blood on the porch. That was one we did. It came back to Nancy. That's what we know. But there's still more items that have been submitted. We just haven't got them back yet. But in the meantime, we're not just sitting on our haunches waiting. We do have a number of leads coming in, and that's why we brought in the FBI for one, but PCRIT as well, to be able to get out there and handle these leads as they come in as quickly and as expeditiously as we can. 9:45, 9:30, 9:45, we were told she was left at her home by the family. At 11 o'clock in the morning, the family got notice from somebody at church that she was not at church. They went to the home, found her to be missing. That's the timeline. From
Okay, so at 11 o'clock, so here, it's still 9:45, 9:30, 9:45. We were told We were told, we don't see it on any cameras, we were told that she was left at her home by the family. At 11 o'clock, they noticed she wasn't at the church gathering. And contacted Annie. But then we know from our handy dandy timeline that he put up on the board at one of these press conferences. We know that family checked on her at 11:56. So if you get a call, hey, mom didn't show up. You try to call mom, she doesn't answer. You live 15 minutes away. Why don't you get there until 11:56? Doesn't make sense. And then you have from 11:56 to 12:03, they're there for 5 minutes, and then they call.
O'clock in the morning, the family got notice from somebody at church that she was not at church. They went to the home, found her to be missing. That's the timeline. From Saturday night, 9:45, we'll say, to Sunday morning, 11 o'clock.
Have you been
Let me get somebody back here, please.
Have you interviewed the people that reported her missing, the people from the...
That's the family. Oh, from the church as well. We're doing all kinds of interviews. Yes, I'm sure we have.
Have you been able to access
That's the family.
the footage from the cameras at the house?
That's all been submitted, and we're doing our best with those companies who own those cameras or built those cameras. Good investigation.
There's a report of a suspicious man a few doors down last week. Is that anything that...
Ooh.
Good investigation.
There's a report of a suspicious man a few doors down last...
There's a report of a suspicious man a few doors down.
Last week. Is that anything that...
Last week. Report of a suspicious man a few doors down.
You guys are aware of?
I'm not aware of it. My detectives may be. There's a lot of...
Ooh, why would you not be aware of that?
Thing that you guys are aware of?
Look at this guy. Are you the one that was out? Look at him. You don't trust him at all. Dude, what is going on? Right. We all know that it wasn't an actual church. We definitely know that. 2 doors down is the rental. Oh, suspicious person at the rental, huh? Does he know who was at the rental or something?
Suspicious man a few doors down last week. Is that anything that you guys are aware of?
I'm not aware of it. My detectives may be. There's a lot of detective work being done, and I just can't get into those weeds or even discuss with you what they may not learn.
When the family called originally to report her missing, did they say anything about the state of the home?
I don't know that. I don't know.
There was blood.
Okay, well, let's hear the 911 call. If you don't know that, did they say anything about the state of the home, or did they just say, our mom's missing?
I don't know that. I don't know.
There was blood that was found inside the house and you're testing it for DNA. How much blood and where was it?
I'm not saying there's blood inside that house or outside that house. What I'm saying is our team processed a scene like you would think of.
No, you did. You said there was blood on the porch and it was just Nancy's. I'm not saying there's blood inside or outside that house.
Any crime scene, we go in and we process it. We look for things like that: blood, DNA, any kind of physical evidence, fingerprints, anything, and all of that is gathered and submitted to a lab. That lab will report back to us what they find. So, from that lab
is nothing that would tell us this is who did it.
Why do you not have the surveillance footage on media?
That's what I tell them. How come I don't have this? Where's my evidence? It is a process, and I'm sorry, but
this guy thinks he's a total douchebag. They're like, why don't you have that? Why don't you have that back yet? That's his response.
This is who did it.
Why do you not have the surveillance footage on media?
That's what I tell them. How come I don't have this? Where's my evidence? It is a process, and I'm sorry, but you know, we're grateful that there's large corporations and companies who have bent over backwards to help us, to say, hey, Sheriff, tell us what you need. And so, yeah, I can't slam them. And we've asked them. They know the urgency here, but I'm like you. What do you mean I don't know that now? Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, sir. Michael Rose from Fox Digital. Sheriff, you said you've identified no suspects. Have you ruled out anyone she was with on Saturday night?
You know, we've talked to so many. I'm sure that my investigators have feelings about this one's clear or this one isn't. But no, I wouldn't.
He's so stupid. He is so stupid. Did you hear that?
On Saturday night.
You know, we've talked to so many. I'm sure that my investigators have feelings about this one's clear or this one isn't. But
can you rule out anybody that was with her Saturday night? Who was with her? Her daughter? Her son-in-law? Possibly her grandchild? And an Uber driver. But now they're saying there's so many. There's so many we've interviewed. You think the friend called 911 and arrived before Annie? Why do you think that?
You ruled out anyone she was with on Saturday night.
you know, we've talked to so many. I'm sure that my investigators have feelings about this one's clear or this one isn't. But no, I wouldn't say anybody's ruled out yet, because what if I rule you out and then later I learn something else? No.
You mentioned that you don't know where the reporting of a forced entry came from. Do we know how whoever did this got into her house?
That I would not discuss with you anyway. That I would not discuss with you anyway.
I would say the DNA aspect of this case is being handled by the Pima County Sheriff's Department right now. However, should we get to that point, yes, that would be an option for the FBI to assist. Right now, I would say...
Okay, this was interesting too. So they're asked if the FBI is assisting with the DNA processing. And we know this dude was stubborn and had to use his own freaking labs. And then he also told that local reporter, oh yeah, the quick test was down. Remember? Our quick test machines were down. And then she asked him about it later. You know, didn't you say the machines were down? And he was like, oh, I never said that. But here the FBI was asked, are you guys helping with the DNA? This was the FBI's statement, which I thought was extremely, extremely telling, that he's not letting them touch that effing DNA.
Say the DNA aspect of this case is being handled by the Pima County Sheriff's Department right now. However, should we get to that point, yes, that would be an option for the FBI to assist.
A quick follow-up.
To be fair, when we went to that scene the first night, Saturday night, it was just us. Since that scene the first night, Saturday night.
What? This is the second time.
To be fair, when we went to that scene the first night, Saturday night, it was just us. Since then, the FBI and others have asked, can we go and see it as well? And that's what you've been seeing. At this time, we have not identified a suspect or a person of interest in this case. We are working our best to do that. But to be clear, we have nobody of interest or any suspects that you would consider a prime suspect. We're just not there. We're not there yet. Board, do we not?
This is a timeline that we have been able to develop with some of the things that we've had processed.
Here we go.
Various pieces of electronics that we've gathered. And you look at some of this, and I know you're going to say, well, why did it take you so long to get this to us, Sheriff? Well, because one thing, it's got to go out and be processed at different lab sites. And sometimes that stuff comes back to us, and like you, we have questions. And we say, wait a minute, what is this about? What about this? Could it be that? And so it's sent back, or it's sent somewhere.
Sent back or sent somewhere else. I don't know. But the timeline, he says, comes from electronics that they've gathered.
Somewhere else. So, and that's happening with all of the things we see, that process, that review, and that questioning of, all right, what is it we're looking at? About 5:32 p.m. These are approximate times. 5:32 p.m.
These are, this got me too. These are approximate times. 5:32. Why wouldn't you just say 5:30 if it's approximate? Oh my God.
Nancy travels to her local family's home for dinner and playing games. Travels to her local family's home for dinner and playing games with the family and just visiting. At 9:48 p.m., which is very consistent to what we were told by the family.
At 9:48 p.m. Now pay close attention to this part, which is very consistent to what we were told by the family. Listen to this very closely.
That Nancy was dropped off at home, and we know that because we have a garage door open at approximately, I can't stress that enough, at approximately 9:48 p.m.
What the fuck? Okay. We know this because we have the garage door opening, and then he says at approximately, I can't stress it enough, approximately 9:48. Either you do or you don't. We don't even know if she came home.
Nancy was dropped off at home, and we know that because we have a garage door open at approximately, I can't stress that enough, at approximately 9:48 p.m. At 9:50 p.m., that garage door closes. It is that time we assume that Nancy's home and probably going to bed. Sunday morning, early morning at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12 a.m., software detects a person on a camera, but there's no video available. They had no subscription, and therefore it would rewrite itself. It just kind of loops, right, and covers up. That's what our analysis teams have told us. 5 minutes.
Can we say it's about a 45-minute span that somebody would have been on the property then from 1:47?
Okay. Thank you so much, Mary J, for the $9.99 super chat. For the love of God, she says. And the Tucson, for the love of God and Tucson, the sheriff has to go, in my opinion. The Cooter chat is pinned. Can you guys not see it? I'll repin it. How do we even know that she came in and went to bed? How do we know that? Was her TV on? Did she change into her jammies? Were the clothes there that she wore to her family's house? We'll just go with family. We'll just go with family. Yeah, it could have been anybody. It's pinned up there. It's under the poll. You have to dismiss the poll. So it's interesting to note that this question about the 45-minute time span of someone being in the house is that Liz from NBC. Remember Liz, the one that mic'd up the ladies in front of the house? Her. The one that the lady brought chocolates to? Her. This is her asking about that.
this.
Can we say it's about a 45-minute span that somebody would have been on the property then, from 147 to 228?
Yeah, I think those times speak for themselves, and it is about, like I say, those are approximates. So yes.
That point. What were some of those facts, if you can, because there's been a lot of speculation, as you know, if you could set the record straight.
Yeah, the ransom itself, one talked about an Apple Watch and one talked about a floodlight. We're not going to go into specifics. It's very important that we keep this investigation moving forward, and we don't want to put more facts out there that others then can use to try to profit from this. So the one that went to the media is the one we were currently investigating and working on. The imposter that I talked about, where an arrest was made early this morning, that there will be more information. We believe there's no evidence to connect this to Nancy's case.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that the one to the media was legit and Kalila was just a fraudster? Look at his height and everything. He does match the size. Huh. We arrested the one that was just a fraudster, but we aren't arresting the one that we think is real and could possibly have Nancy. That makes sense. We're tracing the guy that's just a fraudster. Yeah.
I want to put more facts out there that others then can use to try to profit from this. So the one that went to the media is the one we were currently investigating and working on.
Wouldn't it be more likely that the ransom notes to the media are the fraudsters? Yeah.
The imposter that I talked about, where an arrest was made early this morning, that there will be more information. We believe there's no evidence to connect this to Nancy's case.
Wow, you sure did that investigation quick. You sure did that. You already ruled him out? Come on. You arrested the guy that's just the fraudster and ruled him out that quickly. Stop it. Stop. How could others profit from correct or more information? Right.
More information. We believe there's no evidence to connect this to Nancy's case. It was someone that was trying to profit from it, a total imposter.
Physical evidence at the crime scene other than the technology that you guys are using for this timeline? Is there anything else that's helping you guys other than really the technology?
Well, I think I said on day one is that it's technology that's going to really help us solve this case. But no, I mean, you know, we did do
Thanks, Mary.
A process of that scene for biological evidence. So we're still hopeful that maybe something will show up there as well.
Public Richard Relas.
Okay, biological evidence. What would that be? Could that be the flowers? Could that be something a little more gross than that? Biological? No, I looked up their numbers and I couldn't find their numbers. So I still think that's sus. That out of everybody, it was Annie and Tommaso, and they got a phone call that lasted for 9 seconds. And then this guy gets immediately arrested, extradited to Arizona. His cell phone is now being monitored by the feds. But I would think that's the one they're investigating. I don't think they're investigating these fraudulent bullshit TMZ ransoms. That's just my opinion, though.
Agent Yankee? Yes. We saw on the scene, I believe it was you, taking a tripod into the home of the sister. How involved was the FBI, if at all, in creating the video? Any advice for the family on what to say in the video?
I would say we use our expertise and provide consultation and advice anytime a family would ask for our advice in a kidnapping. It's ultimately the family's decision of what they put out and any messages.
Discovers her missing, and at 12:03 p.m., 911 is called in to the Pima County Sheriff's Department. I believe it's about approximately 10 minutes later, 12 minutes later, our patrol teams arrive. They see the scene, and we start our response with our search and rescue teams and our detectives from homicide and various units. In fact, every unit here, I think somebody questioned, how come there's an ICAC member out here, or this member? Everybody in our criminal investigations.
Ooh, the FBI gets squirrely when he talks about the ICAC. Everybody wants to know why there's an ICAC team. Who asked that? Not one reporter asked about an ICAC team. Not one. But he's bringing it up. Why? Why? No one asked. This was about the timeline.
3 p.m., 911 is called in to the Pima County Sheriff's Department. I believe it's about approximately 10 minutes later, 12 minutes later, our patrol teams arrive. They see the scene, and we start our response with our search and rescue teams and our detectives from homicide and various units. In fact,
Okay, so we start our look at this look. He's like, you better shut the bug up. So they brought in all of these detectives from various units, and he says, in fact, everybody wants to know why ICAC is out there. No one asked.
Unit here, I think somebody questioned, how come there's an ICAC member out here, or this member? Everybody in our criminal investigations team is a part of this team and part of this investigative effort. The doorbell camera, it was removed, we know that, but we're not confirming that any cameras were smashed or destroyed around the house. I don't know where that came from, but that's something we're not confirming. The car.
You're not confirming they were smashed. You may as well just confirm it.
The car that was at the home, it's just standard investigative practices. It's part of the search warrant scene, court orders. We pull it out of there and do our scene processing with the vehicle. Uber, we did speak to a driver because Nancy, we learned, had been taken the Uber to the family residence, the daughter, for dinner. And we located that driver.
To the family's house, the daughter, like, why is he so jumbled?
And spoke with them and got that information. The house, you guys got this, I think, conducting follow-up. I think you said somebody had mentioned that they saw a team out there again last night or yesterday, and that's just, again, what I was talking about before. Our partners wanted a chance to see it and examine things themselves, and more importantly, it's just we're constantly following up on things and go, hey, what about this? So we want to go back and check on some things.
These press conferences vary. The ones where Nanos is alone was Monday, February 2nd. The ones with the FBI vary from February 3rd and February 5th. So they're kind of mixed matched. I just took important pieces that I wanted to talk about. They called this a homicide on day one. He brought in the homicide investigators.
Oh, here's the other thing. Someone had mentioned there was forced entry. I have no clue where that comes from.
Yeah, you do.
We have been very consistent. We are not discussing that at all.
Gigi.
Whether it's forced entry or not forced entry, that is something we're just not discussing. So I don't know where anybody got that information.
But we were, obviously, you're all documenting every move we make. We were there last night and talking with the family.
Okay. That one kind of got jumbled up, but this was in reference to when the family made their statement. They were asked, did the FBI assist them in their statement? And then he's kind of snarky. I don't think they like that they're being followed through the neighborhood. I think it really has kind of hindered their investigation a little bit. He's like, you're following every move we make. I don't think the FBI digs that at all.
Anybody got that?
Listen to that again.
But we were, obviously, you're all documenting every move we make. We were there last night and talking with the family.
The Uber driver, the gardener, the pool person, everybody. It's so cliche, but everybody's still a suspect in our eyes. That's just how we look at things and think as cops. Does that mean we have a prime suspect? No, and the family's been very cooperative. they've done everything we've asked of them, and we want that relationship to continue. And sometimes people can be mean out there.
And this part
they've
right
done
here.
everything we've asked of them.
Okay, so the family, they've done everything we've asked of them. And we want to continue that relationship.
And we want that relationship to continue. And sometimes people can be mean out there, and that can really harm us and harm our efforts.
Did you find blood anywhere else in the home besides the porch?
The only DNA evidence we've got back is on the porch.
He skirted around that. He's not telling us there's blood in the house, but we did hear from Ashley Banfield's source that there was blood in the house. But he's like, well, we got back
things and we rush things, and those items we put out to a lab to rush it. And even then it's 2, 3, 4 days. The other items could take 10 days, 20 days, but we saw the importance of that blood. It came back to Nancy.
So it was only there, it wasn't anywhere else in the house?
I don't know that. We processed the house for biological evidence, and we've not gotten anything.
I don't know that, he says. So the reporter's like, it wasn't anywhere else in the house. I don't know that. I don't know who made the call, a 911. I don't know. It was his family.
It came back to Nancy.
So it was only there, it wasn't anywhere else in the house?
I don't know that. We processed the house for biological evidence, and we've not gotten anything back.
We've processed the house for biological evidence, and we have not gotten anything back. Oh. Hey, Barbara Mars. Welcome in. Jump as pacemaker spike 2 a.m. No other recorded pacemaker spikes for 28 minutes. Then it's separated from the monitor. Carlos checked for GSR. What's GSR? Not hard to figure out. What's GSR? Fuzzy, what's wrong? What are you upset with me for? You were mad at me earlier? Let's talk it out. This case is far from over, and the truth is usually hiding right in plain sight. The more we go back and rewatch these moments, the more questions start to outweigh the answers. So I want to hear from you. Look at this. Precious. Where is Nancy Guthrie, you guys? Where is she? Oh, Carlos was checked for gunshot residue? Huh. Did he say that? How do we know that? The sheriff lost his brother the day before she went missing or after. This guy's been in trouble a lot, though. He was accused of RICOs, and he's driving around a $70,000 Corvette. He's living in $1 million house. Well, I mean, there was a gun in that holster, so do they think she was shot there, though? Does the house show that someone was shot and then removed? Oh, man. Carlos said it. So maybe they're hiding a lot that's in that house, right? Mother says he does what he's paid to do. Did they also check Luke, I wonder? They may have found spent rounds, casings. They could have. Silencers. What does a silencer look like? What do you mean Savannah's controlling this show? What do you mean, show? You think this is all fake? Derek Kalila says Peter guilty AF. I don't know why ICAC was out there. It's weird to me. I've never seen ICAC go to any. No answers about betting, but let's look at our poll. Who do you think took Nancy? Paid person, 45%. Thank you for subscribing, Trisha S. T and A or A, 22%. Other. If you answered other, put your other in the chat. And a stranger, 13%. We got 1.6K votes. Could be why the dog behind Nancy's barked. But is that why her dog was killed before this happened? Paid person, 45%. ICAC is Internet Crimes Against Children. Let's do some research. Want to? What does Internet, I'm going to type it out, Crimes Against Children do? I'm just saying, her dog died in December. If her dog was killed in December, which I think it could have been poisoned, that's just my opinion. The Internet Crimes Against Children, ICAC, otherwise known as ICAC, is a task force program, national network of 61 law enforcement task forces that investigate and prosecute technology-facilitated child sexual exploitation and abuse. They conduct proactive, undercover operations to identify predators, provide forensic digital analysis, and offer community education to prevent online victimization. They investigate cases involving online grooming, child SA abuse material, distribution and possession, as well as child sex trafficking. They respond to tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, who just so happened to get a $500,000 donation from Savannah Guthrie. They respond to tips from NCMEC and proactively search for predators on social media and gaming platforms. Digital forensics, their specialized teams analyze electronic devices to collect evidence. They provide training for law enforcement and education for parents, and they work with federal, state, and local agencies to apprehend offenders. The program was established in 1998, aims to create a rapid response to threats against children online. Nothing in here about elderly. Nothing in here about that. Never heard of them working with the elderly. It's all about child exploitation. Violent crimes against children. I mean, it's called Internet Crimes Against Children for a reason. And then here's their site. It's all about missing children, exploited children. It's all geared just for children. 28 years they've been doing this. Look. 844,000 complaints reviewed of child sexual victimization, and they've arrested almost 90,000 people. Right. They don't just come out to help with computers. They have the CAST team and their digital forensics team for that. This is an additional team that is for children. They have specialists in the FBI. They don't need to bring in ICAC. They don't bring in ICAC for other cases. I don't know. Seems awfully weird to me. Could Tomato have gotten in trouble as a teacher and this is a cover-up? I don't know. Does he still work there? Thank you for your super chat, White Lotus. Tinfoil hat. All right. Could a child be part of this crime? We only see the perp on camera. Was there someone else underage involved? Possibly, like sourced online to commit the crime. Oh, maybe. Like those kids in Scottsdale. I know that on the school website, his students called him a gossiper who knows everything about all the students. I do know that. If he's a gossiper at a middle school, I don't think the guy's too shy to come on camera and say, I want to find my mother-in-law. I dropped her off and I didn't fucking do anything. Just saying. They were taking pictures in his house. They were gathering evidence at his house. They took their car. I mean, what the hell? I hate to say this, but why isn't anyone talking about Annie's son? Because we don't know anything about him. What's there to talk about? We don't even know if he was there for the dinner celebration. Thank you for subbing up, Aimski. You know what I mean? And James mentioned kids. Aimski says, while ICAC task forces may collaborate with other law enforcement agencies on broader criminal investigations, such as those involving cyberstalking, identity theft, or organized crime. What's the rest of that sentence, Aimski? It says, while ICAC, what's the rest of it? Paste the rest of the sentence, please. I don't know, we've heard about him owing money for a long time. And the 911 break-in, they said daughter. What? Well, we don't know anything about him. I mean, he's like 12. I don't think they were doing any interviews in there. It was dark. And I think it was the same night they took pictures. So I don't think they were interviewing anyone. Their core mission and funding are strictly tied to child exploitation cases. They do not investigate or prosecute general adult crimes such as fraud, drug trafficking, or violent crimes unrelated to children. Aimski. Wow. That is a big bing bong. Bing bong. They don't dig into adults. They dig into adult crimes. Annie and Tommaso call for a possible break-in on the day. Yeah, we don't know if that was true though. I heard T has a gambling problem. I heard that too. Hey, Crazy K. What's up, Jenny? What's going on with the grandson? Does Nancy know something that was done? I hope not. Oh, shit. If there was a child crime, why no arrest? Because they're investigating. And arrests don't come immediately. Like, if they're like, oh, we need to get ICAC in there, there's something involving a child. It doesn't mean an immediate arrest. You have to have all your ducks in a row, all your evidence, before a DA will give you a warrant for arrest. The warrant for arrest has nothing to do with the cops. That's the DA's decision. They bring all the evidence they gather to a DA. And if it's true that it's a large, complex investigation, there could be several things going on here. Oh, Brady. There could be something. Isn't it weird that Savannah donated to a child's entity and not an elderly entity? Yes. You make up something to bring the guy in for something. Don't you think someone's going to be on high alert right now? You can't just bring him in. You got to have enough to hold him. You got to have enough to make it stick. 4 people play that game. I've heard it takes 4, but you can play with less. I don't know. I just think it's awfully funny we're not hearing about their night together. And how, you know what I mean? That would be wild if Nanos and Tommaso met at a casino and became gambling buddies, wouldn't it? Because we know that he got in trouble in El Paso for gambling. Nanos did. I watched Enton yesterday. He said the dates in question were weekends. Yep. Maybe a child was sent around to manipulate. Ooh. Yeah, FBI definitely knows how to build a case. If both of them are involved, eek. Well, what if one just suspected it? You know, what's up, Ashley? No, it really wouldn't. It wouldn't. It definitely would not. Especially with the things we hear women teachers doing. What? I gotta let my dog out of this room. When did they celebrate Nancy's birthday? I would assume it was that Saturday. But who knows? How come we haven't heard about it? You know? Sad to think about that they possibly gathered to celebrate her birthday. What, Mahjong? Hard to maintain a big house and a wife and a son on a teacher salary. And Mudra, he was part-time. Part-time teacher.
Dad, will you take me over to Nancy's? Dad, over to Nancy's.
Kathy says, I think Nancy went over to A&T's to put her foot down about borrowing money from her or found something wrong with her accounts and confronted them. I think that it could be, here's my thoughts. I think that it could be a thing with prescriptions. I think it could be identity theft, prescriptions put in her name, loans put in her name. I think that somebody might have taken and stolen Nancy's identity. And, right, did she Uber to the house to confront them about something? I wonder if they were being paid to be her caregivers. I have a short that CN went into more details on James. He's trying to get an interview with him. Someone said argument over money. Yeah, he was part-time. Part-time. Apparently Nancy was changing her will. She had an appointment that Monday with her lawyer. Not sure if that's accurate. I do 515. I think it's all politically motivated. The card from APS. Mike says, Sheriff said it can happen again, so you don't think it could be an SA creep? Yeah, I do. But I don't think that some rando targeted her. I mean, it's possible from the Today Show stuff, but I don't think so. I hadn't heard the lawyer appointment. I think that's from that AI. There's no proof that any healthcare worker lived there or was fired. That's coming from one YouTuber. When one YouTuber is reporting something, it's a no-go for me. That is a no-go for me. I know it's no fun. I don't buy into all the crap, but This isn't fun. This is someone's lives. Someone's life. So if it's not being reported and it's something big like that, you can assume it's fake. I hate that people do that to y'all. I would never do that.
Did I ask them to do that?
I didn't. But I'm telling you, people do it, and they do it to you guys every day. Addie V, thank you for becoming a member. If he was casing the neighborhood and her house maybe looked most likely compared to others. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's more likely that someone needed money and took her identity and helped themselves. That's my opinion. Or someone was impatient and couldn't wait for her to die to get her money, to sell the house, to liquidate her assets. Maybe someone reported her as being not competent to take care of herself. Maybe someone was gaslighting her. You know, there's so many things that could have been going on. Thank you, Miss Margaret, for gifting a membership, and welcome, Sugar Mountain. Anton said they might be looking at the Uber footage to see if they were followed. Why would anyone follow her Uber? I wonder what their family dynamics were during COVID. Oh boy, that's a good question. Huh. It's really not that worrisome. If she has good credit, you can definitely do a lot with an elderly person with good credit. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen time and time again. It's not hard to open up lines of credit, loans, when someone has pristine credit. I think she had plenty of time left. Sounded like her mind was all there. She couldn't get around well, but for 84, that's pretty damn good. She didn't have dementia. She wasn't fading fast. This woman could have lived to 100. She could have lived another 12 years, 10 years. Think about it. She could have lived another 10 to 15 years. That's a long time for someone who's in debt. TJ called the school. He hasn't worked there in 1 year. Ooh. Whoa. Addie V. Nancy took her house off the market. She didn't agree with the religious practices, which screwed them financially, which would lead to anger. She couldn't get around well, but Nano said she could have just taken off. Not if you could make her look like she died naturally, Scooters. People are stupid. I mean, people are stupid. People get desperate. We don't know this situation. That's the thing. Yeah, but we're not talking about the trustee distributing. I think that if it was natural, that shit would have been distributed like a motherfucker. Excuse my language. But I do think that if she would have just passed in her sleep, that money would have been divvied out like a motherfucker. 84 years old? TJ, you crack me up. When did you call? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Keep it moving. How do you know Christy? Who's Christy? Karen says, you just nailed my personal experience with APS and what was done to my dad. Brother had someone else call, tried to say dad was incompetent so brother could get everything my dad had. Karen, I'm so sorry that happened in your family. People get greedy AF. ABS says my sister used her own name and my social security number to get an online loan. Wish they could explain how they cleared A&T. Just the garage door opening is not enough. I don't think they have. Do you think Nancy was wealthy, though? Sure do. I sure do. I think that her husband made very good money, and I think her husband had probably brought her more than a mahjong set back from his mining expeditions. That dude was mining opal in Australia. He was mining gold and all kinds of valuable things in Mexico. You don't think that she saved things from her husband that are even more valuable now? Who thinks she had a safe? Well, Mary, I don't like the way that he talked to me, so he can fuck directly off. I don't think he's a good guy at all. He called all the women in here bored housewives and told me to shut my trap. So, to me, that's not a good guy. But I don't want to revisit that. I don't want to talk about him. I wonder if she had gems in the safe. I would guarantee you she did. Oh, stocks. I didn't even think about stocks. Spare time. Debo says my ex got a loan in my name I didn't know about. Happens all the time. My brother and his wife just did that to me. Beware of others. I'm so sorry, you guys. Stocks would be huge. Exactly, Evelyn. That generation counts every penny. They're very frugal. And she bought the house when she was still married for $85,000. Um, 857 Tucson said that. He said that we were all bored housewives because we were critiquing something he did that was weird and creepy. So he came in here, subscribed to tell me to shut my trap. So I just would rather not speak about that guy because I don't like that. Yeah, he doesn't like women, I don't think. So, I can't get down with that.
We're not mean.
I aspire to be a bored housewife, not gonna lie.
She's got her shit together.
Gold stocks are extremely high. He's been nasty in his own chat. I just don't like guys that just like come out of that, like telling women to shut their traps. Like, dude, grow up. He fell for sub drama. Subs went in there and said, Jay's critiquing what you were doing. Jay's talking about your video. Like, I have the right to do that. I guess he doesn't like free speech. Heard she has lots of debt. How would she have debt? You can see that her house is paid off, and so is any loan that she took out against it. Holly. Yeah, I think everything would be transferred into the trust. That's what I'm saying. If she dies of natural causes, there's a lot of money to be handed out. He flipped out that day. He had to end his stream early. Oh my God. See what I mean? Like, I can't get down with that. You gotta be a man. Come on.
He's like this little pussy.
Hey, Maylee. The amount of money spent in maintenance alone. What if Nancy never came home? But then how would her blood get there? I keep thinking maybe something happened there. Oh, John Reed, that's terrible. Rome, Georgia. Oh my God, that's where my husband's family's from. What is on fire? Oh my God, I'm going to Rome next month. Oh my God, it's a historic courthouse too. Are you sure that line of credit isn't paid off? The mods are blocking subs that aren't trolls. What? I don't see anybody getting deleted. Yeah, I got it on. Right here. 11 alive. I agree, rescue me. Who's deleting? Family is very greedy. Oh, it's not far from you. I'll be there in May. I'm going there in May. You're from Rome. Wow. Rome, Georgia, yes. I think it's essay and a grievance of some kind. Nancy took a $300,000 mortgage on her home last year. Oh, and 857 they're blocking. Oh, I don't watch him. I don't give a shit what he does. This is Rome, Georgia. This is west of Atlanta. Quite a ways. No, don't, Mary J. Don't even bring it up. Please, Mary J. Blige, don't do it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Hold on a second. Okay, I was just letting my husband know that the courthouse was on fire. He said he knew already. If Nancy reported money missing from her bank account, the bank has an obligation to report to LE. Oh, maybe Buttercup. I'm at Walmart in Fort Oglethorpe right now, an hour north of Rome. Oh, wow, Chloe. The courthouse in Rome, Georgia is on fire. What if someone took out that mortgage without our knowledge? Thanks, Bonafide. I'm sorry, too. Maybe Nancy mentioned something fishy about her finances to a mandated reporter. Ooh, she could. She could. People in here said if you've ever been to the top floor, it was like a movie set. Old, beautiful hardwood courtroom. All the records. Yikes. Leo says, don't we think this paper trail has been investigated and all of this would have been caught by now, or no? Well, maybe that part has been caught. I don't know. Hell, I don't even know. I don't know. Look how long it took him to get Koberger. And that didn't involve anything other than a murder. Right? It took them that long, and that was just a murder. But they had to get warrants for all their banks and all of that stuff. Takes time. Maybe there's a lot of things going on. We just have to be patient, I guess. It took them 47 days to get Koberger, to arrest Koberger. So we're just past that. No, it was more than 3 weeks. They didn't arrest him for 7 weeks. Oh, God. Who's Cyrilda? I'm not bashing anyone. See, that's the sub drama, and he'll fall for it. And shut your trap. I don't really care. Let him talk. That's the sub drama. He falls for it all the time. Hello, Deborah K. James. Are you James? By the way, if you know James, or James, if you're listening, I would love to speak with you. If you could please shoot me an email. I'd love to have you call in on my next call-in show. Something in that house made LE change from rescue to crime scene very quickly. It's called free speech. It's called free speech. But yeah, if you'd like to talk, James, hit me up. But I'm going to go ahead and close this out. We will be reconvening tomorrow at noon, and we're going to be going over the interview room's latest from last night tomorrow. If anything else breaks today, I will come back live. Other than that, I'm going to go outside, enjoy the rest of the sunny day. I hope you guys do the same. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the Cooter chats, super chats, and memberships. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you did help out with the stream, look for your name if you subscribe today. In the credits. James, call me. All right, guys. I'm going to take you over to Nancy's, to the liquor store first.
No, I'm just kidding. Good, Zach, you take me over to the liquor store and then take me to Nancy's.
Thank you, moderators, for all that you do as well. Oh, yeah, kick tonight. I'll put a post in the community. Let's say 8 p.m. Eastern. Kick tonight. 8 p.m. Be there or be square. I'll make a community post, so check the community post. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll watch my show tonight. Bye. Thank you guys for everything. I love ya. So much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further?
Bring it all in.
And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click. It's real easy, man.